When duty and morality are at odds, which should we choose? Let's explore this timeless question through the lens of Avatar.
Jake Sully? I'd like to talk to you about a fresh start on a new world. You'd be making a difference.
The concept is to drive these remotely controlled bodies called avatars. They're grown from human DNA, mixed with DNA of the natives.
You get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back. Your real legs.
Hell yeah, sir.
Hello, and welcome to Hero's Shadow. In today's video, we'll be discussing the theme of morality versus duty in Avatar. The film follows the story of Jake Sully, a paraplegic Marine who is sent to the planet Pandora to participate in the Avatar program. As he becomes more and more immersed in Pandora's world and its indigenous population, the Na'vi, Jake is faced with a difficult decision. Should he follow his duty to his human superiors, or should he follow his morality and stand up for what he believes is right? Who decides what is moral, society or individuals? Is the person who goes against society for moral reasons insane or enlightened? Join us as we explore this complex theme and its relevance to our own world. Behind the explosive action scenes and the majestic scenery, Avatar is a simple yet ageless story about a man's journey to discovering himself. The movie begins with the voiceover of the central character dreaming of flying and desiring to be free. Jake had joined the Marines to test himself. He wanted the hardship and the purpose it would provide, but after he lost his legs, he had lost that purpose. The only excitement he got was from getting into bar fights. After the sudden death of his twin brother, Jake is asked to join the Avatar program, which his brother was training for. Not because he was qualified, but because the Avatar, the genetically engineered, remotely controlled bodies of aliens, was designed for his brother. And Jake, having identical DNA with his brother, is the only one who could access it. So Jake goes to Pandora, an exoplanetary moon that resembles Earth but with harsher conditions. The planet was a merciless paradise for the natives. It gave them everything they needed, but made them struggle dearly for it. For the conquering humans, it was a nightmare. The animals were hostile and huge, the plants vicious and unpredictable, and the air unbreathable. Jake takes all this in stride and readies himself for the Avatar program. He gets into the pad that connects his and his avatar's body, and suddenly he could walk, run, and jump. Not like before, but better, faster, and higher than ever. His avatar body gave him what his real body no longer could, and he loved it. He gets attuned to his avatar body more intimately than he ever did with his real body. After a mission goes awry, Jake finds himself being saved by one of the natives of Pandora, the Na'vi. She brings him back to her village to teach him about their ways and Iuya, the spiritual presence that encompasses all of Pandora. This was a great opportunity for the humans whose relationship with the Na'vi has been on shaky ground for a while now, and they were on a brink of war. The Na'vi were on land that housed the biggest unobtainium, a rare and outrageously expensive metal, deposit in the entire universe, and the humans wanted it. If Jake gets them to move, he would get his legs back. The Na'vi tell Jake they would try to teach him because Iuya chose him, but they doubted he would ever learn.
Sky people, it is hard to fill a cup which is already full.
My cup is empty. Trust me.
As Jake immerses himself in the world of the Na'vi, learning their language, their culture, and their beliefs, he slowly but surely begins disconnecting from his real body and his people. The Na'vi's harmony with nature, the simplicity of their life, and the grandeur of Pandora seduce him. The way of the Na'vi gave him something he had been lacking: purpose and belongingness. He hunts with the Na'vi, rides with them, or tries to, and most of all, he flies with them. Unlike the scientists that had come before him, he did not approach the Na'vi like something to be studied and recorded. He approached them like a child who seeks guidance in all aspects of life. His cup was truly empty, and he was able to learn and become a true member of their society. But his mission wasn't forgotten.
I remember my whole life. I don't know who I am anymore.
The day arrived, The giant machines of the humans came crashing down on Pandora, and they had used the very maps Jake had provided. They drove the Na'vi away from their home, and Jake found himself at a crossroads. On one hand, he had everything he wanted. He would have his legs back, and he would be rich and set for life. On the other hand, he had sold out the very people that had accepted him as their own.
I was a warrior who dreamed he could bring peace. Sooner or later, though, you always have to wake up.
He owed the humans many things. It was the human spaceships that had brought him to the place he now holds dear. It was their technology and resources that had given him the avatar body he loved. He was one of them. He was a human, too. Yet, he could not go on with them.
Sometimes your whole life boils down to one insane move. Something we gotta do. You're not gonna like it.
Jake decided to follow his heart. The odds were against him. The Na'vi didn't have the resources and the numbers to win against the humans. Jake gathers up allies and goes back to his avatar body to help the Na'vi fight and kill his own people. Leaving his legs and his life behind, after an epic battle, the Na'vi win. I heard you! After some risky Iwa magic, Jake becomes one with his avatar. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. This quote was said by the philosopher Edmund Burke. A good man is exactly what Jake decided to become. He chose the peace of mind that comes with a quiet conscience over the hollow prices his silence and inaction would bring. We are all facing moral conundrums every day. We see something that we vehemently disagree with, but stay silent fearing for our jobs, our reputation, even the unwanted attention it may bring. The more we stay silent, the more we rot inside, the more we feel less human. Iron rusts from disuse. Water loses its purity from stagnation. Even so does inaction sap the vigor of the mind. Leonardo da Vinci. Jake is not the only one who had shirked his duty in favor of morality. History is filled with people like that, like Karl Plagg, a German army officer in World War II who managed to save hundreds of Jews by giving them essential worker permits so that they and their families could live. This was at the risk of his life and the lives of those he loved. Or Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov, an officer of the Soviet army who saved millions, if not the world, by disobeying orders. When the Soviet nuclear early warning system detected a missile launched from the United States, Petrov suspected it was a false alarm and disobeyed orders, going against Soviet military protocol. He prevented a catastrophic retaliatory nuclear attack against the United States and its NATO allies, saving countless lives. There is also the silent heroes history doesn't and will not remember. Men and women who risked everything they held dearly for morality. For the priceless gift of a clear conscience. For there's no pillow as soft as a clear conscience. Glenn Campbell. They may have been wrong or right, we could never know, but they hadn't stayed silent. For the price of inaction is far greater than the cost of making a mistake. Meister Eckhart. So, what moral conundrum do you have? Do you agree with Jake's decision? What would you have done in his position? Tell us in the comments. Like and subscribe if you like the video. Until next time, peace.